Good. Good. You look. I'm in the beautiful West Chase area of Houston, Texas. We're about to meet a. What kind of dog is she again?
Golden Retriever mix.
Golden Retriever mix. That is a Skittish Terrier, named Fiona. After you, sir. Yes. When is the last time she had a potty break?
About 11 o'clock.
So she's due for one.
Yeah, she could probably go.
Perfect. Oh damn! Oh damn! I think that's a Golden Retriever. That's what shelters say all the time.
That's what they told me.
Hell no.
For this I was born.
My name is ErwinValderramos, and I'm the dog messiah, lover of dogs and persons. Watch, I show
For this I came into the world.
Jeez. She almost looks like a Tasmanian tiger.
And you can see the hairs on the back of her.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Will you turn around, please, so I can get her see for that? No way. You know, I can't. I just made a joke to a friend. You know, homeless shelters always say it's a Golden Retriever lab mix, and typically it's not. But this is not a Golden Retriever Labrador mix. But you're not alone. Oh my God.
I figured because of the color, she might have some brindle mixed with it.
She is a brindle. She is a brindle. Her coat would be brindle. She's almost like a Malinois mix. Okay, so wait. So you got her groomed today?
Yes.
Did you have her shaved?
No, she never has to get a hair.
You just got her a bath.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, she got a bath and a toothbrush.
See, when you said Golden Retriever mix, I thought somebody checks out. The dog probably needs a haircut. This dog didn't get a haircut.
Never does.
Oh my God. What a surprise. She's beautiful though.
Yeah, she's pretty.
But you're thinking this is typical.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I'm surprised her tail is up right now, believe it or not.
So it's not tucked in.
Yeah.
That's a good observation. Gorgeous girl. Okay, while we let her kind of figure this out.
She may be trying to be protective of me because you're.
Yeah. She could be. You know what? If you would hold your ground, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing good. I'm proud of you. You're doing good. He has edibles down here. Awesome. And chew toys.
Yeah, her favorite toy is that tug rope.
She likes to tug with you?
Oh, she loves it.
Okay. That's a good sign. I think this is like a Malinois mix. I mean, she's probably a Heinz 57. This dog probably unlikely to have any Golden Retriever in her. Okay. So while she's getting acclimated, we might have to talk a little loud, but let's go over what you normally do. So you're having an issue walking her.
Yes.
So before you moved here, you were in a house with a yard.
That's correct.
And while there, you thought this was the perfect dog.
Yes.
Because she would go to the yard without a problem to go potty.
She would go to the yard. There were dogs that my neighbors had.
That was my next question.
She would play with them.
She'd run the fence. Okay.
Run the fence. Yeah,
Acted very confident out there.
Everything was perfect there.
So she does like other dogs.
She would chase the squirrels that would go up. She goes after squirrels.
Okay.
She's like I don't know if that's her breeding or something.
Okay. And no question that I'm asking is meant in a judgmental fashion. I'm just collecting information, sir. Okay? So she just jumped on the couch. Is that okay with you?
Oh yeah.
That's okay with me.
This is her chair.
Okay, fantastic. Okay. So the main issue arose when you moved here and you don't have a yard, and trying to walk her has become something of a nightmare.
Very much so.
Okay. Something of a nightmare. She just does not want to walk. So she's calming down a little bit. She's wagging her tail at you. So what you've been doing is you've been putting her using this retractable leash.
Right.
You've been taking her out here.
Yeah, you want to see the little front right?
I do. She won't bolt out then, huh?
No, she won't bolt out. She's
Okay.
too afraid of the outside to bolt out.
Oh, so you have this little area though.
Yeah, this little area. She never goes in there. That's kind of like weeds and stuff.
She won't go potty there though? Have you tried that?
I haven't tried it. I don't trust it. Like stuff about behind prior
Right.
weeds.
Okay.
She'll come out here, and sometimes she's a little resistant because of traffic.
Yeah, this is a busy
And like these big trucks
area.
here, she
Damn.
freaks out.
So they're the commonplace.
Yeah, she freaks out. And yeah,
They're busy, and there's a school right here.
Yes.
This is a very busy
And
area.
so she'll do her
of
little pee
Houston.
here, and then as soon as she's done with that, she's learned to run right back into
Okay,
the
and
house.
this is on the leash.
Yes.
On the retractable leash.
Yeah, she'll run right back to the house.
Okay. All right. So.
You can see that you saw the door was wide open.
No, she has no interest. Interesting. This is why I like coming out to people's homes. I wouldn't know what to ask.
Right.
Is this her urine?
That could be.
Sometimes she'll go ahead and pop a squat here.
I think she got really nervous one day and may have peed there. So
Okay.
I need to clean that up.
Well, let's because we're about to take her out here in a second. Okay. So before we see it in real time, please tell me again. We spoke on the phone yesterday, but please tell me again what her behavior is like during the walks. So you normally take her out here briefly. After that incident that you just described to us, oh look, she's close to me.
Yeah, see, she's...
After that, you go out that way through the garage that we just walked through at the beginning.
I take her down to the grassy area alongside the school.
Okay. Yep.
And then that's where the challenge begins, because you know some days if there's not too much traffic, she'll go and she'll do her business quickly.
Okay.
Like today at 11 o'clock, you know, when she was pooping, it was kind of like a running poop.
Yeah.
She started, she got nervous, and then she started running, and she kept pooping.
Oh
as she ran.
no!
Yeah.
Like a gazelle.
Like what?
Like a gazelle.
Yeah.
Pulling while she's running.
Yeah. It was horrible. Poor thing. Okay, Fifi. It's
Yeah.
okay. He's a good guy. Okay. He's a
Okay.
good guy.
So, because you're in my program, I'm going to interject and I'm going to mention things just to pinpoint, okay?
Sure.
So, may I tell you, the interaction that you just had with her, so that was praise and rewarding that behavior. You see, and you can watch it back when you watch the video.
Yeah.
When you said that to her, she walked up to you almost to like give you a high five.
Oh, okay.
No different than if somebody had just swung the base, scored a run, caught an interception. Do you understand what I mean? So believe it or not, you just reinforced the entire interaction that she's been having with me.
Okay.
Remember how yesterday I told you have to shun them,
Yeah.
right? So right now you just emboldened her and inadvertently made her think that she's behaving just the way you want her to behave. How long have you been in this townhome?
3 going on 4 months.
Okay. Am I the first stranger here?
No.
So how is she?
Usually when strangers come, I pen her up in the kitchen so that
Do
they
you?
can walk. Yeah, like if maintenance guys are coming
Yes,
in to
sir.
do
So
work.
she's not barking the entire time that she's with me. She calms down fast.
Initially, but then she calms down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have and again, no wrong answers. Do you have a kennel for her or a crate?
I do, but I haven't set it up here. In this
Okay.
house yet.
So when you're gone, she just holds it,
Yeah, when I'm yeah, she's good here.
and she's not trying to destroy anything.
No.
Yeah,
She's not
nervous.
sure. Yes.
Yeah. She's evasive. It's really cool, by the way. She's evasive. Good. Okay. So you use that retractable leash?
Yes.
Can we do your routine, please? She's ready for a potty break, yes?
Come on, Fiona.
I understand it's going to be a little different with me all up in your business.
Okay. Come on, let's go.
And you just behave the way you normally do.
See, that's typically not something she would do.
No, but because I'm in here.
Yeah, you
Close this?
Yeah.
You can get back in, yes?
Just yeah, it's not locked. Go ahead, do your business.
She did it.
See how
But
she's starting?
Yeah, she's scanning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's step 1.
Yes, sir.
Now we go to the back.
Yes, sir. And this is how you've tried to deal with
This
her.
is the best
her issue.
system I've
You want
ever
to lock
done.
this? I did
Yeah,
already.
you can lock it.
Well, she knows about this routine.
Come on, baby.
And obviously the vehicle's not there.
The other thing is she doesn't pay attention where I'm walking. She'll
No, because she's scanning. And
right,
her tail's tucked now.
Yeah.
Well, now it's coming out. Yeah, this is some kind of Malinois mix. Oh, and there's other dogs out there.
Yeah. Like, I don't think, like, the dogs she wants to play with, the people is who she's afraid of.
So I heard a door close and she heard it too. And that's what made her stall briefly. And this is why she's...
Come on.
So, you know, people are going to watch this video and say that, oh my God, poor baby, she must have been abused or is abused. I don't think you're abusing her.
No.
And now, do I think that...
I shower her with love.
Yes, for sure. I don't think that it's certain that that it was an abused dog in the past.
Maybe before I got her, maybe.
Maybe, but some dogs are just born this way, just like some people are born nervous.
Come on, Fiona.
You see what I mean? So,
come on.
it's possible that a very loving family got her initially and just decided it was too much to deal with, and therefore she ended up at the shelter.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't bring something to pick up.
She looks like a Tasmanian devil. Like a Tasmanian tiger, rather.
No, she won't. I highly doubt she'll do her business now because.
Okay. So is this typically the way she behaves?
This is a common area that she would do her business in. But yeah, now she's not going to. And now
How do you know that?
Because she's already trying to go back.
She is. So what do you do in this situation? Exactly what you're doing now?
Yeah, tug her back.
Okay,
and
good.
Encourage her to.
She's never lashed out at anybody aggressively in this situation?
No, I've never seen her get aggressive with anybody or anything.
Okay.
Bark, yes, but not act aggressively.
Oh.
See, now in a situation like this, I would tend to go this way, away from that gentleman, to try to calm her down a little bit. She spooked out because he was around.
Well, may I tell you, and again, I might be wrong, but just general impressions, she doesn't look any more spooked than she has since we walked outside.
Oh, okay.
So to me, there's no elevation in her being scared, nor decrease in her being scared. She's been equally scared the entire time. And it might be because I'm around, but I tell you, I feel like I'm almost I'm almost a negative, a neutral. Yeah. I think that if you were to magically disappear, she'd come to me.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know that I'm affecting that at all, which is interesting.
Yeah, she's not paying attention to you.
She has a high flight drive. So this is just her flight drive. And I'm not asking you to do this. Please don't do this. But if you were to cut her loose right now, she'd more than likely beeline it to your place.
I would think so.
That would be her intent.
Yeah.
But she might be so scared she'll get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever taken her off leash anywhere? At a dog park or anywhere?
At dog park, a couple times.
What is her radius like? Meaning how close does she stay to you? Right all up in your business?
She would come back to me frequently, but she was playing with the other dogs and hanging out, you know.
So when other dogs are around, less nervous.
Yes.
So this is where the board and train is going to benefit the hell out of you. Because if I can get her, and in fact, this is where you coming out to me for classes is going to benefit. Because she'll make friends before she comes to stay. Do you see what I mean? So like she'll meet Savos, she'll meet Uchi Bear, she'll meet Cheekies, she'll meet other dogs that I have there. So that is going, I got goosebumps. I tell you, just doing that alone, just taking her for a pack walk with 4 or 5 other dogs.
She can see how they act.
Yes, sir. She's going, I got goosebumps. She's going to be influenced. Dog has a tremendous flight drive.
Yeah.
If you had...
And that was because of him.
Yeah. She's just so scared. She's literally a skittish terrier. Okay, interesting.
So, what do you want to do next?
Well, this is you would typically stay here. You would typically walk.
No. I would have been walking down the street.
Okay, let's start walking down the street then, please.
And then she would occasionally try to dart back. On
Beautiful dog.
On occasions when I'm lucky, thank you, she'll actually do her business.
You think she's got
like last night I had to basically sleep in the living room until 4 in the morning.
Oh no.
to get her to go outside, and actually when nobody was around, and then she did her business. That's why I'm like exhausted today.
Oh my God.
Come on. Now she hears that garage door opening.
Yeah, she's very, very.
She's everything.
Yeah, she's just a nervous. I don't mean this pejoratively. She's just a nervous wreck.
Yeah. Yeah, like she's at this point, like we could keep walking, but it's not going to be productive.
She's not going to produce.
No.
Do you think she has to?
Maybe.
She has this...
I don't think she's eaten yet today, so
Okay.
maybe not.
Okay, well that's a good follow-up then. What is her appetite like?
She's now see this is the way back is the worst part.
This is her?
Yeah.
Okay.
The way back is the worst part. But she is just.
Well, she's smart enough to know we're heading back.
Yeah. And she just wants
She
to
just can't get there fast enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What is her appetite like?
She eats about 3 cups of dry food a day, on average. Sometimes more. I feel like it's connected with her anxiety.
Okay.
Because when she was
But
at
is she
the
a
other house.
voracious eater? Does she like eat it all as soon as you put it down?
No, she's a periodic eater.
Okay. So she graves it. She'll eat a little bit. Yeah, see, and there's just this area. Plus the school, the buses, the beeping. Jeez, there's just so much going on. This is such a
When school is like
busy
right
ass
school,
area.
I can't bring her anywhere near here.
damn. So other dogs potentially perk her up, but what about kids?
It seems like any other human beings freak her out.
She's untrustworthy.
Strangers, yeah.
Okay. And I think you mentioned, maybe you might have mentioned treats in our conversation on the phone.
Yes.
How does she respond to treats?
Like I said, that's the only time I can get her to sit.
Okay.
And I kind of trained her with my hands.
Okay.
So when I give her a treat and I go like this, I don't even have to say anything. She'll sit. So she kind of lays down. She doesn't know the distinction between lay down.
For a treat.
Yeah.
So she likes the treats well enough.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a little low on them right now, but.
And no wrong answers, but is she? Are you mixing her feed with anything?
No.
Assuming you're doing kibble, yes.
I'm doing. I'll show you.
Gosh, you couldn't wait to get in here.
This.
I see. Okay, yeah. I see. And there's her water.
See, and now she's like happy. She's home.
Yeah. So typically when you come back, when you enter your home, what do you do now? Are you ignoring her? Are you interacting with her? She ran up to you to get close to you to look for some affection.
It depends on
do you ever dole it out in that context?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes. Depends on what day it is, what time of day it is. Like if it's before work, I'm probably just going back upstairs to get ready to go to work.
Does she follow you upstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
She follows me everywhere.
She does. Okay.
I don't let her sleep in my room because I don't like all the hair and everything.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So that I see that. So you hang out here too, yes?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
she's kind of a lap dog with you or whatnot?
She is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll sit over here and.
Pretty dog. Oh, she just barked at me. That dog's got a tremendous bark. I knew that was not the bark of like a golden retriever from outside. It sounded too hardcore. Yeah. I see you. You're very brave.
Yeah.
In context.
In here.
Yeah, you're a very brave girl. Very brave girl for barking at it. Okay. All right, good. Okay, so I guess this is a good spot for me to be so that I can kind of observe her while we go over things. So I know you said you watched some of the videos last night, thank you very much, but I'm gonna go over things regardless of, and then because I knew you were gonna sign up today, I didn't send you some of the videos that would have taken the place of my visit. But like I said, I wanted to come out here specifically to figure things out and to kind of get context, like,
Yeah, like
I wouldn't have known to ask you about the front. That's not how I pictured that.
Right.
The front area, okay? So she holds it. It doesn't smell like dog in here. She's not really having any accidents in here. She's not destroying anything.
She has had a couple.
But she doesn't make it a habit of it.
No.
Okay. No, and again, no wrong answers. How often does she drink water that you're aware of? So you got that bowl there. Are you having a...
One full bowl a day.
At the end of the day, it's kind of noticeably
Close to
decreased.
empty, yeah.
Okay. Okay. She hasn't had any now after the walk, but that's probably could be because I'm tired, or she's just not really, interested
or
in
maybe
drinking.
because you're in the path
Okay.
to the water bowl.
Okay. Yeah, that does make sense. Okay. And again, because the dog is not coming, so most dogs that come into my training program, they come with me for a 12-week minimum course. That gives me enough time to make sure things happen because the dogs are with me long enough to persist. She's going to be with me 3 weeks, and during that 3-week period, the main thing holding her back from coming is the bond between she and I. Because when a dog comes to stay with me for about 5 months, the first 3 weeks I set out to bond with them. I would imagine, I might be wrong, that it would take maybe 2 or 3 weeks to get this dog to start getting comfortable with me to where she can trust me. So before anything else, I need her to trust me. The good news is that she already trusts you. So in addition to the classes,
a good sign is that she's sitting here right now while you're here.
yeah, she's laying down. Yeah, so that is a good sign.
Yeah.
That she's getting a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just out of curiosity, she's very active. But if I had to imagine, she's a Malinois mix, which is a very active breed. So right now she got up from that. Is that typical though? Just because is she a busybody?
No.
Not really.
No, she's doing that now because you're here.
Okay. Because there are.
But she is very high energy. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I think this is like a Malinois mix. Malinois coming in that brindling as well, and so that's what I think she is.
You probably,
yeah. I mean,
like I said, I only know what they told me at the shelter. She was a little baby, and we started playing, and she started kissing me, and I fell in love immediately.
Okay. So was she a lot smaller when you got her?
Oh yeah.
Okay. How old do you think she was when you got her then?
Maybe a few months.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's unlikely that this dog has ever been abused then. She was at the shelter then more or less in your life the whole time.
Maybe she was outside when she was born or something. Like, I don't know. Maybe
puppies go through what is called the fear avoidance period. And sometimes during that fear avoidance period, they can have something that they consider traumatizing. Good down, beloved. They can have something that she'll lay there sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. They can have. If you see her do anything unusual, please interrupt me. Okay. During that fear avoidance period, a dog can have some kind of stimulation that could be very profoundly impactful, and it's possible that
she was getting used to it because she's not barking anymore.
Yeah.
She's getting used to you.
Yeah, she is. She seems to be getting used to me, and she's not barking. You're correct. Okay, so very quickly. First things first, we're going to start off with the plan for this week, okay?
All right.
So, and again, the closer you follow my instructions, the faster you're going to get the results that you're wanting, all right? Okay. And you're really not asking for a whole lot. You would just like for this dog, at the very least, to go pee and poop outside. So you're not up till 4 in the morning.
Without pulling my arm out of its socket.
Where you're not wasting your time, where you're not having to sleep on the couch, where you're not having to do all of that because this dog just will not cooperate, okay?
Exactly.
So, I'm going to start off first with the good word theory. So from here on after, I want you to start applying what I call the good word theory. I created this actually, yes? And this is why I have dogs from all over the country. And this is why I speak with trainers on a weekly basis through phone consultations because they want to learn the principles of the theory, the good word theory, yes? So this is how it goes basically. This week, I want you to completely stop talking to her. So, and you'll see this on the video, but while we were out, you spoke to her several times. And I might be mistaken, but I would, from my recollection, seems like you spoke to her at all the inappropriate times and inadvertently reinforced whatever thought she was having in her brain. So what I want you, so for example, if a dog is having an unlovely thought and you look at them and you smile, you're encouraging and rewarding that unlovely thought. Okay? If a dog is having an unlovely thought, undesirable thought, and you look at them and you talk to them, you're rewarding that undesirable talk. And even though it doesn't seem like she's paying attention to you, she's paying attention to you in the same way that an athlete would be paying attention to the crowd cheering him on as he runs for an interception. He's not going to look and start seeing why everybody's cheering, but he's paying attention. He's aware of it.
Right.
So that is exactly what is happening here. So the first thing that I want you to do hereafter is I want you to stop communicating, stop talking to her.
Okay.
Number one. From now on, the only verbal communication I want you to give her is after she does a behavior that you approve, acknowledge, and endorse. I'm sorry. The only times I want you to talk to her are to acknowledge a behavior that you approve of and would like to endorse. So acknowledgement is affection, and dogs, like children, thrive in a large community of acknowledgement and affection. So this will be a good example. So right now she's barking.
But not at you.
No.
Outside.
She hears something outside, okay? But right now, if you were to tell her to calm down or be quiet or leave it alone, you're reinforcing it. Because this dog doesn't understand negative attention. So even if you were to say the word no to her, I don't think it means what you think it means. It probably falls on deaf ears. It's like crying wolf, okay? No offense. So right now that she got quiet, the moment she's been quiet for 5 seconds would be the time to tell her, good quiet, good quiet. Because now you're rewarding, reinforcing, and acknowledging the fact that she got quiet. So the good word theory is very simple. We are going to acknowledge her visually, maybe with a head nod, and verbally, whenever she does any behavior again that you want to endorse and promote. So earlier, when you made the mention that she had laid down there, remember when she laid down, I said to her, good down.
Right.
So that's the good word theory.
Okay.
So listen, so you can use the good word theory for anything. If she drinks water, I would say to her, good water, good water. If she jumps on the couch, I would tell her, good get up. If she jumps off the couch, I would say, good get off.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If she comes up to you and she's not nervous.
Even though she's not doing it because of any command.
Specifically because she's not doing it for any command.
Okay.
So you're pinging her. So if she were to sit right now, if she were to put her butt on the ground and sit, it would be appropriate for you to look at her and tell her, good sit, good sit. If she laid down from that sit, you would say, good down, good down. If she is laying down and you get up off the couch to go to the refrigerator and she doesn't follow you, look over at her and tell her, good stay, good stay. Okay. So you know how I told you that the first 3 weeks I'm not bossing the dogs around? Right. All I'm doing is the good word theory.
Okay.
If she makes eye contact with you, direct eye contact with you, tell her, good look, good look. So all of these words in the future, you will be able to tell her and she will know what you're talking about. Okay. So in the future, you'll be able to tell her, Fido, I know that's not her name, Fido, look, and she's going to make eye contact with you. If you have a dog, listen, you give that dog, at the very least, 3 toys, okay? A rope, a bunny, and a bear. If every time that dog walks up to the rope, you say, good rope, it's only a matter of time before that dog understands when you say, where's your rope? Oh, I'm going to go find it.
Now we like to, well, she loves to roughhouse play with me.
That's fantastic.
Is that okay?
Hell yeah, that is.
Okay.
Believe it or not, you're making her more confident.
Okay, yeah.
So have you ever tried to take her outside with that rope toy?
No.
Okay. So if I were you, I would either you take that rope toy or get a smaller one. Like they sell smaller ones for police dogs. A lot of times when a police dog has a successful search around a vehicle, if the dog finds something, typically you'll see the police officer, canine officer, walk over the side and pull something out of his pocket and engage the dog in a quick tug-of-war match.
Okay, that's like a reward thing?
Hell yeah, it's a reward. Okay. So do you see what I mean? Yeah. So taking her outside and taking that rope toy, maybe slinging it on your shoulder, walking out to that area, or out here. When you walk out here, keep it on your shoulder, and the moment she goes potty, instead of letting her make the trek back into the door, close the door behind you and show her the rope toy. Okay. If she goes after that rope toy, praise her. In fact, and I'm going to get back to the good word theory, but going on that tangent, you told me earlier, maybe I have it on film or not, but she loves tug of war.
Yes. Okay,
let's see what happens if she tugs right now while I'm in here. That's an amazing sign. Yeah, you see that? That's a motorcycle. Okay, will you please pick that toy up and see if she'll engage you?
Yeah.
If she doesn't, then it's not the best sign.
Fiona, come on.
So typically,
Yeah,
she grabs it.
If I did this, she would be all about it.
Okay, that's fine. Let it go. So again, and I'm gonna nitpick the hell out of you, okay? Because I want you to have results, yeah. And I understand. Thank you for doing it the way that you did it, because that's the way you've been doing it. I need to see that. But hereafter,
usually I don't even touch it. She brings it to me.
There you go. Yeah. But hereafter, if you're outside, like I just mentioned, it's unlikely she's gonna want to play with it. Right. She don't want to do it right now. But maybe buy a small one that you can keep in your pocket. It's probably like $8 online. All right. Mm-hmm. If I have time and you remind me, I'll find the link. But if you can find the link, that would be ideal. But maybe I can find a small tug toy that you can keep in your pocket.
How big? How long are we?
As long as you're comfortable with, that you can put in your pocket. Okay. Not one as big as this one.
Yeah, that one's too.
Okay. So I would use one anywhere like 9 inches, maybe 5 inches. 9 inches would be great. 11, one that you can put in your pocket that you're comfortable with. Okay. And whenever you take her outside, after she goes potty, you're gonna want to shake it in front of her face without saying anything.
Okay.
And if she ignores it, then you immediately put it back in your pocket. So trying to entice her into it is actually creating a problem. You're lowering the value of it. So you show it to her, she doesn't want it, okay?
Yeah. Back
in my pocket then. More for me. If she has never ever chewed on it and you're okay with it, I'm telling you things I would do, all right? Mm-hmm. If I took her today, these are things I would be doing immediately, right? Guess what I would do? Show it to her, she has no interest in it, I'd put it in my mouth and walk back inside the house. You understand what I mean? She's gonna be like, what the hell? And she's smart. She's gonna figure out. That's what I'm telling you exactly what I would do.
Okay.
All right? Put it in my mouth, walk back in here, and then when I come back in here, I would when I take it out of my mouth, I'm being very honest, I would pull it out of my mouth, and then I would place it in the exact same out of the reach spot each time. So that in the future, when she sees you going to get it, she realizes what you're going after.
Okay.
I would not leave it out.
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
I usually leave her toys just...
There's nothing wrong with that, but this toy you want to keep very high value. Okay. This is why I mentioned in getting a new one. Mm-hmm. Do you see what I mean? Mm-hmm. Does she like balls?
Yeah, she just goes through them and just...
Okay, so do you know what might be a better toy? They sell these balls that have connected a little handle.
I think I've seen those.
That would be an even better one. Okay. Because you can tug with it, you can toss it. Do you see what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then let's say that you're hanging out with her here and you hear like a big truck unloading and you know she's technically gonna panic. That would be a good time to bring that ball out and twirl it around and just toss it like if you're playing with it with yourself. Okay. And even if she has no interest in it, you act like you're playing it with yourself, ignore as if she doesn't, like you're a psychopath. That's true, yeah. If somebody's watching you and they're like, that's crazy. Like you're a psychopath. And after a few minutes, if she doesn't come to try to butt in, you take it away, you put it up.
Right.
Do you understand what I mean? So you're setting precedents. No different than if there was another dog around and that dog was interested in playing with a toy while loud noises are happening. A part of her is going to be like, the hell? Why is that dog playing with that? Why aren't they nervous? Oh, okay, maybe I gotta play. Do you see what I'm talking about? You're going to do the same thing. Okay?
Okay.
So extraordinary results are going to require extraordinary effort. That's just the honest truth of the matter, right? So a lot of the things that I'm going to say to you are not going to be ordinary.
So I need the ball with the handle, and I need a smaller tug of war.
No, just either or.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because that small ball with the handle will also serve as a tug toy. Okay. You see what I mean? Because you'll be tugging with it, okay? And again, you're not leaving it out, sir. So again, back to the good word theory. If every time you happen to see her do something, you're going to praise her by saying the word good, followed by whatever action is associated with, whatever word is associated with that action. So if she were to lay down, you say good down. She jumps off the couch, you say good get off. You might be thinking, well, why am I praising her for getting off? Well, hell, there might be a time when you need her to get off the couch. Maybe you dropped a shiny silver dollar in between the cushions.
Usually if I want her off, all I gotta do is snap my fingers and she'll go off. So.
Okay.
Yeah, like that, she listens.
Well, she has that collar, yes? So she has that collar on her. So if you want her to get off, then instead of telling her, because remember, I don't want you to give her any commands. If you want her to get off, I want you to kind of just make eye contact with her, reach over and fork your finger over her collar and guide her off of the couch. Okay. And then when she gets off, you're going to say, good, get off. It's only a matter of time before you hover over her and she sees that hook coming and she realizes what you're going to do and gets off before you, at which point you follow up with good get off, good get off.
Okay.
So if she sits, you're going to tell her good sit.
Part of this is I'm going to have to train myself.
This is why I remember when you were asking me how much time am I going to do, I told you it's kind of a lifestyle that you're going to have to just adjust to. The closer you follow this, the better. I'm telling you the truth.
Do you have like a list of the basic command?
I can send one up for you, but it's basically anything.
Praises.
It's basically anything. I like to praise a dog for drinking water, because what if I'm out hiking with a dog, or like when I took the dog back to Arizona, and then I had to bring those dogs back from Los Angeles, so I dropped the dogs with those dogs. You know, the dog that I was taking back is highly trained. So it was when I first picked her up, the dog didn't want to drink water for like a day and a half on my way back. And you know, there's parts that are hot as hell.
Yeah.
But she was just not even that she was nervous, she didn't want to drink water. On the way back, much different. She'd already been trained.
Yeah.
So it was literally pour water and say water, and she would. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I choose to reward those things like drinking water.
Okay.
Yes? This is why I reward those things like jumping up. Good get up. Because you might want her to load up for you.
What about eating? To reward that or no?
If she's eating, I would chant the word good. Good, 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 good. You basically, the word good should be the only real thing you should be saying to her. And not good girl, good dog, good fifi, good, 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 good. So get into the habit of chanting the word good. Or saying good sit, good sit, good sit, good, 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 good. If she comes up to you, good come here.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're going to want to say things like that. And then we're not going to feed the beast anymore. What I mean is, you know how you took her outside out there, and I saw it. As soon as she peed, boom, she wants to beeline it right back in the house. I want you to close every door behind you.
Okay.
Close every door behind you. Okay?
So take her from the front around?
Just take her to, that's what I would do from now on. And listen, please, we need to be in communication.
Yeah.
Your feedback is very important, because something might happen, and if you don't tell me, you wouldn't realize that I would have switched up what I was doing right after that. So, do you see what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm giving you all the advice that I would be implementing if I were taking her with me today.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or if I moved in here, and this was my situation.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, okay? So yes, good thinking. So close those doors behind you, and make sure you have your key on you so you don't lock yourself out, yeah?
Yeah.
So you can't, I'm always worried about things like that. So that's what I would do. Close those doors behind you.
So close those doors and take her around, even though that's a higher trafficked area.
Yes, sir. And while you're out there, you're ambivalent about her.
So I'm just walking and she's tugging and
She almost doesn't exist. Yeah, you're just walking her. Another thing that I want you to do, and I am going to provide you your training stuff, yes, but this will be like training collars and stuff, okay?
Yeah.
What I do need you to get for her as soon as possible, though, is a harness.
Okay.
Okay? If you don't already have a harness by the next time we meet, I might have one. I have to check. Yes? But you're going to start ideally walking her on the harness instead of for now on the neck.
And that'll be less pull, or give her less ability to pull.
The reality of the harness, sir, is that a lot of times a harness will make the dog feel more confident naturally.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean? So a harness, it's kind of like the theory, I don't know if you heard of it, but there's a product out there, I don't know if it's the name of the product, if it is, they should sponsor me, but I think it's called a Thunder Vest. So this vest, and it works in a lot of dogs, maybe 80% of dogs. Whenever there's a thunderstorm coming and you have a dog afraid of thunder, you put this vest on them, and when this vest comes on them, they seem to adjust to the thunderstorm, adapt to it, or handle it a lot better. Well, it's just the principle of being covered in something. And a tight t-shirt would probably work as well. If it wasn't so hot, I would be recommending maybe putting a little t-shirt on her as well. But for now, try your luck with a harness instead of around the neck. Now the training collars we're going to use are going to be around her neck though. They're not going to be on the harness. And part of the reason I'm asking you to do the harness, is just to see what happens. Okay. Trial and error. Okay, so I need your feedback on that. Yes.
Sure.
And again, if you don't have the harness by the next time that we meet, and listen, if you want to come out Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm ready for you. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
if not, the following weekend will be good. Okay.
Yeah, it's during the week.
There's a small possibility I want to come out to you, but I'm keen to see how she would do around other dogs, to be honest with you.
Okay.
You understand what I mean? Because I think that maybe we can make a good bit of headway in that sense. So, yes, when you take her outside, I want you to close everything behind you, and you're never going to tell her, come on, let's go, Fiona, this way. No, you just walk.
Okay.
You just walk like an unshakable force.
And if she's, tugging me,
You just do the very best that you can to behave like a robot, like an unemotional robot. You're just gonna walk, matter of fact. The moment if you happen to see that she decides, okay, pardon the expression, fuck it, I guess this is where I'm going, and she just starts to accept it, you're gonna start chanting the word good. Good, 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 good.
Okay.
Be careful not to say the word good if she's having an unlovely or nervous thought. Do you see what I mean by that? So be careful not to say that.
Yeah, because sometimes she'll start going and then she'll stop because she gets nervous or scared.
So let's say that she just starts going and for a moment forgets to be nervous. If you, during that moment, you start chanting good, 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 that's very beneficial. But the moment that she stops, you stop.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean? And it's kind of like a switch. You get turned on and off. So I'm going to use this story, this example, because I know you're smart enough to understand this, yes? You're smart enough to make the next step connection because you just made a next step connection on your own. When I start teaching the dog to stay, the way that I do it typically is, we'll go out in the yard, we'll play, we'll do something, I'll take them out for a long walk where I'm not enforcing any of my will, using the good word theory whenever it's applicable. Come back in, the dog is tired, they lay down. So I tell them good down. Then I'll get up and start like doing chores or moving around or picking up the toys. They're so tired typically, they don't have any interest in any of that. They're pooped.
Right.
Maybe I'll give them an edible like a pig ear, ensuring that they're going to stay put. And that whole time that they notice that I've moved or that I'm picking up a toy and they see me picking up a toy and don't move, I tell them, good stay. If they're on a bed, I tell them, good bed. That's how I teach a dog to stay. So by the time I ask them to stay for the first time, they understand completely what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If every time this dog sits, you see her sit, and every time you see her sit, you look at her and you tell her, good sit, good sit. It's only a matter of time before she understands what you're saying. She's making that connection. The first connection she has to make is that the word good is good and very good.
Right.
Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you start saying all of those things to her. And again, so that's that example of what I'm saying to you, yes? So if you are hanging out with her and you see that she does anything that you like, you're going to praise her. If you take her outside, what I was saying about that point that I was making to you is, if I move around enough and the dog has not moved, sometimes I'll go and like knock on the doorbell or open the refrigerator door, things that might trigger the dog to get up. And if they get up, I behave as if they've disappeared. I don't tell them no, I don't tell them to stop, I don't tell them to go back. I just completely turn off, like they don't exist anymore. The curtain is closed, so to speak.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'll have a dog just laying there watching me, and I'll role play for them. I'm like, what a good stay, oh my God, look at you, and I'm moving back and forth like a maniac. And then they get so excited and happy, and if they stay still, I keep acting goofy. But if I do something that's just a little too goofy for them, and they're like, oh yeah, I want to play too, I'll be like, ah. That's it. They can come up to me and I ignore them. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, it's like deprivation of
Yeah, exactly.
of any.
Yes,
any
sir.
attention.
So she loves you and she's going to miss you. And it is in that missing you that she's going to seek you. And she's going to start realizing, well, you know what? When I untuck my tail outside, he notices me. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of, this is why I say, so my philosophy as a dog trainer is not that the dog listens to you because they love you or you're holding a treat or they're afraid of you or they think you're the boss. It's teaching them faith. They have faith in you, that you understand the situation better than they do. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And no offense, sir, this dog doesn't have any faith in you. I don't mean that disrespectfully.
No, I know.
I have all the faith in you as an attorney, but she doesn't have any faith in you. right?
Yeah,
If
she doesn't think I'll protect her at all.
She doesn't think she's out for herself.
Yeah.
She doesn't, no offense, she doesn't want to protect you. She's like, he can fend for himself. But you know, I always say, and again, sorry for using these examples, but it's the best example because I do believe that I'm like what I'm doing is teaching a dog a religion. And I do feel that man's faith in God is based on the confidence in himself. Do you see what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if you knew for a fact God is with you no matter what, 100% you're not going to fail, you'd be pretty damn confident, right? Mm-hmm. This is what happens with a dog. We need her to feel as if you're her God. Be still and know that I'm God. Okay? And the thing that I want you to praise the most is when she is still. This is why I keep talking about good stay, good stay. Do you understand what I mean? If she goes and lays down in that little area like she did not too long ago, and you look at her, if you know, let's say you pick up a bone and she doesn't move, tell her good stay, good stay. If you pick up that bone and she runs over to grab the bone, set the bone aside and no, you're not going to play with her right now. She wants to play with you and you love her, so I'm assuming you play with her. Oh yeah. From now on, I only want you to attempt to play with her when she is the most freaked out because there's a loud noise outside. Okay. Do you understand what I'm telling you to do? Mm-hmm. I think you get it. Yeah. I think you understand it. And this is why I told you that depending on how hardcore you are, it's possible that in 3 or 4 weeks it's over with. Do you see what I mean? From your mouth to God's ears. Yeah, amen. But do you understand it? And this is, my word doesn't come back to me void. I'm telling you the honest truth. It might sound arrogant, but I have a catalog of success stories. But this is why. And I have proprietary, I'm not telling you the stuff that I learned at the Canine Academy. I'm not telling you the stuff other trainers are going to tell you. Right. You know, and I do consultations. In fact, my consultations are more popular with other dog trainers than they are with people. Do you see what I mean?
Now, should I say, was that good?
I would say it's good, but if this is the thing, this is where you got to be careful, because if she came up to kind of be like, "What you looking at, Willis?" You know what I mean? Then no, it is not proper. Right. So it's better to err on the side of caution. Okay. I am going to tell you that this is a very intelligent dog. I can see it from her. Yes. And remember how I told you after we watched videos, I might have a second diagnosis. I might tell you, hey man, that dog was dumb as rock. But guess what? If this dog was dumb as rock, she'd be a lot easier to manage. I think she's very smart. The problem with a very smart dog, sir, it's like having a double-edged, very sharp sword. Mm-hmm. When you have a double-edged, very sharp sword, you have to handle it more carefully than a one-sided dull sword. Right. Do you understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. And this is the other tricky part. Dogs thrive with yes or no, very sharp juxtapositions. Gray areas are tricky. Gray areas a dog can navigate very well once they have understanding. This dog doesn't have understanding yet. So like my own personal dogs can navigate gray areas very well because they understand the nuances of my body language and the word good. I use the word good for almost every command, and they understand what I'm talking about. Like people will say, damn, it's like you're psychic. They all understand what you're saying over just one word, good. But it's because we understand. She will get there. But for now, before we can use gray, you have to be very yes or no, black or white. Okay. No gray areas.
But only positive praise upon seeing positive activity.
Only acknowledgement.
Right.
Okay? Because all acknowledgement is praise. Anytime you look at her, believe it or not, you're praising her. And again, to put it back into the religious analogy, it's like when people say, even if God glances at me, it's a blessing. Dogs feel the same way. Okay. Do you understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. So whenever she's behaving erratically, acting dumb, and you're looking at her, believe it or not, you're gazing upon her in much the same way that people want God to gaze upon them. And some people are so crazy that they even think that declaring war on another nation, God is, glancing at them happily. Do you see what I mean? So that's how we can misconstrue things. Dogs can misconstrue and misunderstand things likewise. Okay. Do you see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So this is why I was talking about. So you have to, in a way, learn to feel after her, and she's going to learn to feel after you too. And I need to learn to be able to feel after her, and this is where these classes are going to come into effect, so that from now on, when I come over or you come over, it's, hey, look, it's Erwin. When you show up and you're like, hey, man, dude, 10 minutes before we got here. So in that situation, it would be a down.
Oh, good down.
So she's not sitting, yes? But I'll give you an example. But almost all customers say, hey man, 10 minutes from your house, this dog understood where we're coming, got so excited. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Hearing from you, where I know this dog is like, oh my God, it's Erwin. Do you understand what I mean? Like, just so happy to see me. This is why I don't want to start off today yanking her around and like, hell no, I don't want to do any of that, yeah?
You gotta warm up to it first.
That's my belief, yes sir. And I'm not in a particular rush, it's just a matter of time. I want it to happen as quickly as possible, but it's going to happen and it won't be late.
Well, I'm encouraged by the fact that she's not a nervous wreck and you're standing right there. Right?
Yeah, I'm very encouraged by, like I told you, it was an auspicious sign rather when you said you picked her up at the groomers and she seemed to be pretty delighted, really happy to be there, like wasn't nervous, yes? So as far as the time goes...
She was nervous when I dropped her off.
Yeah.
When I brought her back, yeah, she was okay with it.
Dude, after getting bathed, after getting like her toenails almost ground and stuff, like ears cleaned, I would say...
Yeah, she got brushed. She didn't get ground because of walking.
But hell, yeah, it naturally happens. But I tell you, despite all of that stimuli, she was in a decent mood. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
But she was pulling as hard as she could to get to me.
Yeah, and no offense, you probably said hello to her. You probably embraced her. May I tell you, all those are mistakes.
Yeah, I should have just ignored
You
her.
should, yeah, and people might think that you're cold and aloof. You know better. No,
Yeah.
Embracing her with warmth and affection hasn't been working for months. I just had to hire a dog trainer of behaviors, yes. So I'm doing what he's telling me to do.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So these are the things where I told you a lot of other families fail in this situation. They just don't adapt to those things.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
I'm going to do everything you're telling me.
You need her to get off the couch, hook her, and pull her off. The moment she does it, you tell her, good, get off. Even though you forced her to do it, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay? And I need you to communicate with me. If you text me updates every day, I'm happy with that. You don't have to.
Okay.
But if something happens, you're like, hey, when I tried this, and if it's too much to text and say, Erwin, can you give me a call whenever you can, or call me, and if I'm available, I will answer the phone, or I'll call you back as soon as I can. Text message, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. It's like right now, anybody that reaches out to me, I'm not going to talk to them until I get done from here, yeah?
Right.
So I will get back to you ASAP, but please communicate with me. I'm here for you.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean? Like, I'm here for you. You just have to reach out and let me know. If you don't tell me, then I don't know. And what a shame it would be if the following week when we finally meet, you tell me, you know what you started doing on Tuesday? And then I say to you, damn it, I would have told you to switch it right then and there. I would have told you to stop doing that on Tuesday.
Well, let me ask you too, because so I'm going to go through the routine like you said and
Yeah.
take her around this way.
Yes, sir.
Should I bring her back through the garage or
No.
take her back around?
Bring her back around this way.
Okay, so I want her exposed to the high stimulant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's a little hot right now, okay? But what I want you to start doing whenever you can, and as it starts to cool down, get you a lawn chair or something, maybe some Texas tea or, old fashioned or something delicious. Go outside and hang out there in that patio that you have. Grill something out there. Do you understand what I mean? Hang out out there.
With her
Yes, sir.
outside?
With her out there off the leash.
Okay.
Because I'm going to tell you something. If she was happily going potty, pee, and poop on that little grass area that you had there, I probably wouldn't be here today.
Right.
Do you see what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So let's use every opportunity available to us. If you're really worried about I didn't see anything negative there. If you're really worried about what is there, then it's not that much of an area. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in an area where you can pick up a day laborer that'll come and do it for $10 for you. You're wasting the $10 because you can pick it up very quickly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know what? Maybe go ahead and throw a few more grass seeds there. Or buy, sod is like sometimes $1.96. Maybe for $8 you could put sod down there and water it. Now you have all new sod there.
And she would like that, I think.
Yes, sir. Do you see what I mean? No offense, but it's unfortunate that this is why I came out here. I would have known to ask you or seen that from just talking on the phone.
Right.
I imagine what you were talking about, but not this. So that is a boon for us.
Okay.
I'm telling you the truth, yes?
I'll get to work on that.
Listen.
It just bothers me because the landlord should have taken care of that. This is not mine, right? But I'll do it.
Just do it. Listen, if you haven't done it by next week, let me know. I'll bring a different change of clothes. I'll do it. You know what I mean? I look the part. You know what I mean? I'll do it, buddy. I don't want to. But damn it, I'm committed. Do you understand what I mean?
No, I
I'm really committed, and like I told you, so many benefits from you coming out to me. People don't realize it. Anybody watching this at home, if you're trying to get a dog trainer to come out to your home, you should really consider going out to them, because there's dogs available there at their place, I would imagine, instead of just waiting. Although there's a lot happening here. Hell, there's a lot happening here, yeah. But the difference is...
That's part of the problem, but yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, well, it is part of the problem.
Yeah.
So try to hang out there as much as possible, especially when it starts to get cool.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, listen. Get her things like, if you haven't already, I'm going to send you a small list, but like some edibles. What I mean by edibles are things that are meant to be destroyed and chewed on. So like none of these are edibles. I would say they're chew toys. That's not true. That cow's hoof, or that hoof, that horn that you have there is an edible.
Okay.
So an example of an edible would be like, have you given her any pig ears?
When my last dogs used to get terrible like diarrhea, so I like it would upset their stomach. I don't know how she.
Yeah, those were the last dogs, so let's try them, okay? So buy you some large pig ears. Don't buy strips. Buy the full pig ear.
Okay.
Get some esophagus. Get some bully sticks. If you have a Costco card, the last time I checked, Costco had a deal for like, I want to say like $10 for like 7 bully sticks, which typically one bully stick is $10. So look into those. Ideally you want to get several, maybe 5 different edibles. Pig ears, esophagus, bully sticks. And what I want you to do is, those are so high value, she's probably going to love it. So the very first time you give her a pig ear, I want you to give it to her in here. But after that time, when you go to give her another pig ear, maybe the next day or so, a pig ear will probably only last 5 or 7 minutes. That's fine. I want you to give her the pig ear when you're out there.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean? Mm-hmm. At the very least, you're going to benefit tremendously from increasing the size of her comfortness, of her comfortability.
And change her to have a positive experience of it.
Yes, sir. And remember what I said to you. If she was already going pee and potty on that little spot there, you probably wouldn't have me out today. You know what I mean? Because you would just say, well, hell, I have a dog, I can't walk, but it's not an issue.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
That's no way to, just to be, she needs to be able to go outside and enjoy the outside.
I agree with that. Right? But she can still live a perfectly happy life that way. She's getting interaction here and everything. Do you understand what I mean? So keep those things in mind, sir. Do you understand what I'm telling you so far? Yes. Right? Okay.
Now you see, she just wanted me to kind of give her some love, but
I think you did the right thing, because do you know for certain that she just wanted love, or do you think she was like walking up to you saying, "Dad, can you kick him out of here"? You know what I mean? So you have to like.
No, she put her head on my belly. Usually, that's an indication that she's
ready for me to leave.
She wants me to
good
give her
down.
attention.
Okay, and yeah, and if she's feeling completely calm and you don't think she's feeling any kind of way, any unlovely thoughts about the stranger in her house, then hell yeah, it's a good time to do it. This leads me to my next question. We're on the same level here, yeah? This is my next piece of advice. From now on, please, I want you to relegate your petting to strictly under her chin.
Okay.
I don't want you to pet her anywhere else. And may I tell you, I'm hardcore about this.
So no belly rubs, no
none of that. Not for now. Remember, we need her to crave you. Okay. We need her to want you, to miss you. And I miss when you used to give me a belly rub. Do you see what I mean? Mm-hmm. Maybe offer her a belly rub when there's a truck unloading. Oh, you don't want the belly rub right now? Right. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Make her, listen, if you deny her, she will thirst enough for it, want it so badly, she will overcome.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She just has to overcome. If I have to tell you the truth, in her state, if we all disappeared tomorrow, she would not make it. Unless she found a pack of dogs that were kind enough to share with her.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now, it's possible that she would be so desperate for water or food that she would override her fears and just say, F it, and go and grab like, a rat or something, or go eat a dead corpse when there's a bunch of noise going on because she's so hungry. So that's kind of what we're trying to do. Starve her for that affection and attention so she seeks you out. So you can still offer those things like belly rubs, but offer them when you're almost positive she's not going to take them.
Okay.
And eventually she will. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay.
It makes sense. I mean, there's no way that it won't make sense. So back to petting her under the chin. You want to strictly, so like right now when she walked up to you and you asked me was that an appropriate time, that would, so if the answer was yes to that, then the right thing to do would be to start petting her under the chin like this, as you're like coaxing her to make eye contact with you, and then saying the word good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. I mean, I tell you, I'm hardcore about this, right? So with me, I not only do I do that, you don't have to do this, but you probably should. I pat them under the chin, good, 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 good. And the moment they break eye contact with me, I stop petting them. I'm hardcore. That way they know not to break their gaze.
Okay.
And with this dog, you know why that would benefit you? Because if she breaks her gaze, it's probably out of nerve.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? Do you understand what I mean? So the wrong thing to do would be to keep petting her. Because now you're reinforcing the fact that she's looking away.
Right.
And nervously. But if she like glances at something, stop petting her. But if you're petting her under the chin and then, you know, she hears a noise, but then she looks at you again, like disregard, like just, you know, it's normal to kind of realize what the noise. So she realizes the noise, but then looks back at you like it's not a big deal, keep petting her.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a complete lifestyle change. This is what I was trying to say to you, and this is just the beginning of it. There's so much more, right? It's a lot though. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time to, you know, get into those.
And that's why the video comes in handy.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to rewatch it, and you'll do yourself a ton of good by rewatching it. Like I said, even if I don't upload it, it will go unlisted to you, so you can use it to reference. Okay.
Okay.
So, do you understand what I'm talking about all those pettings? Even now, if you were going to reach over to pet her, it would be under her chin and in a fashion that's kind of redirecting her gaze into your eyes.
But I can roughhouse play with her, but only if there's some kind of...
Yep, that's when I would try to do it. Yes, sir. Yeah, those are all confidence moves. Do you see what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, try to take her and try to do tug of war with her out there instead of in here.
Yeah.
And with that, and that tug toy, I would use that rope. But if she grabs that rope, and like you said, you don't have to grab it, she'll grab the rope and bring it to you. Grab the rope, and then as you're holding onto the rope and she's holding onto it, you know, usher yourself. Yeah. How the hell do we end up out here? You see what I mean? And then you're petting her and you're playing with her out there.
Yeah.
So you're overcoming those fears. But the most important thing that you want to remember, don't ping any negativity. What I mean by pinging is, you know, just like a GP, you're pinging. So whenever she does something that you like, you ping. Good sit, good heel, good look. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. And if she's doing something I don't like, this
it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Okay. And you know, and I know in some theoretical physics they say observation creates reality. Yeah. And nothing really exists. It's Erwin Schrödinger, my namesake. Do you know what I mean? Is the cat alive or dead? It's neither until it's been observed. Do you see what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. Don't observe it, because observation creates and endorses and promotes. And whether or not you realize that she's aware of you watching her, she's aware of you watching her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Any questions about any of that so far?
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, it's a lot though. Yes?
Yeah.
You can make it happen. So you just have to be very, very staunch, and the closer you adhere to what I'm saying to you, the faster we're going to get there. The only thing on my end that I would like to accomplish before she comes to stay with me is just her liking me, you know, feeling comfortable with me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I mean?
I'm curious, if you approached her right now, what she would do.
Let's try.
Yeah,
So for the record, this is when a dog would bite you because she might feel like she's unable to. Good.
No, see, she's comfortable with you. She would have.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that the word comfortable is there, but she was accepting of me.
Yeah.
So, you know, embracing is different than accepting. And I always think embracing is true divinity. Accepting is the step before divinity, yes? But yeah, so she was accepting of that. But I don't know that I would use the word comfortable. All right?
Now, based on my experience with this dog, if you came with a treat.
Do you have a treat? Let's try it, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you see, that was ridiculous. She got startled with your movement.
Oh, did she? I didn't even notice.
That was ridiculous, baby. Hers ridiculous. Oh, I love Bill Jack treats. Okay, so listen, because remember I said I was going to nitpick the hell out of you? And because you specifically asked me how do you know you're going to get the results? You're not going to get the result by doing just that. You just did the complete opposite of what I asked you to do.
No,
now, but thank you for showing me what you normally do.
What she would have typically done if you probably
Okay,
weren't
now I
here,
have
she
one.
would've
Let's see
said-
what happens.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought that up because that's going to leave me on my... Oh, just put them up.
Yep.
But you see how I didn't try to force myself onto her?
Yeah.
Same thing that I said about if you show her a toy and there's a lot going on and she's stressed and she has no interest in it, take the toy away. Don't prod at her. Don't nag her about it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very last thing, and I'm glad you brought those treats out. Very last thing that I want to go over with you is this. I want you to, for the meantime, don't use any treats, and get yourself. You don't have to buy one, but see if you have some. If not, buy something cheap. Buy a few open containers that you're going to put treats in, because the sound of that bag has become what we call classical conditioning, Pavlov.
Yep.
You understand Pavlov, yes? Of course you do. So that's now hearing that sound.
Oh yeah. In fact, sometimes if I just open the drawer, she knows what drawer it's in.
Do you remember why I said to you, get that ball and put it in the same spot every time? Maybe that drawer.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I want that classical conditioning to happen in that context. But classical conditioning happening over a bag of treats is negative.
Okay.
So you want to erase that. So don't give her any more treats. And hereafter, when I do talk, and maybe depending on your feedback, maybe in 3 days, because I'd like to at the very least touch base with you, short conversation in 3 days, whether I've heard from you or not.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And that way we can set up our next appointment. But not only that, based on your feedback, I'll know exactly how we're going to
Well,
do
I'm
that.
thinking you're saying she would benefit from coming to you, so maybe I'll come to you on Saturday.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm thinking too. But again, depending on your feedback, I might feel, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I might just have been moved by a feeling where I gotta go back out there again and I gotta maybe take it off. So we'll see.
Okay.
I'm open. And again, whenever I feel like I have to come out, there's no fees for the trip. And again, it typically is more beneficial for you to come out to me. But as I was saying, you have to erase that sound from her memory.
Okay.
So no more opening treats to give to her, because that's classical conditioning. And I tell you something, won't go over it now because this will be another hour and it will bog it down. But I have to say this, a lot of trainers don't realize that there's more to it than this. So classical conditioning, Pavlov, dog or rat hears a bell, rings the bell, every time they ring the bell they get a treat. Most trainers, that's where they stop. That's where they think it's over. But studies have shown, you can look it up, it's called the schedule of reinforcement. People think that that's going to create a permanent behavior. It won't. If every time a dog hits a bell.
I know what you're going to say, because I watched one of your videos, random reinforcement, right?
Yes, sir. Awesome. What a blessing. God bless you. Thank you so much. Yeah, but it's, this is why people gamble, because they win just enough to keep them addicted.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, casinos hire people, mathematicians and stuff, to work out the fine-tooth math on this. But the reality of it is, if you introduce an element of randomness, you will create a permanent behavior, an addiction. Do you see what I mean? Mm-hmm. If the dog gets it every time they ring the bell, it loses interest, it loses value.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that is something that we're going to do in the future. No reason you can't do this. I only bring this up to give you an example that I'm setting you on the path that I would be walking myself.
Yeah.
But when a dog is with me for 5 months, that gives me enough time to not only introduce classical conditioning, but then make a schedule of reinforcement that is suitable for that dog.
Okay.
No reason why we can't do this. We can. It's only a matter of time. Whether we're training with her for 3 months, 4 months, the 3 weeks coming with me is 3 weeks coming with me. But like I told you, classes before and after are likely going to be needed to resolve your issue. And if it seems long, just trust me, be patient and wait. It's not going to happen at the wrong time. It's going to happen at the right time. Everything has its own appointed hour. It's on the vine and it's ripening and it's going to flower. You just have to nurture it. If it's on the vine and you don't nurture it, you don't water it, it doesn't bloom.
Yeah, exactly.
And it will bloom. I promise you that, yes? Mm-hmm. She's like, tell this dude to leave. Jump over him. To hell with him. Yeah? Does she ever go behind that damn table? Look at her.
No,
Did she do that ever?
Yeah, she does.
Awesome. Awesome, huh? Thank you all so much for watching, especially since you stuck around until the very end. If you haven't already, please do subscribe and pause the bell so you'll be notified when I upload the next video. Specifically, the next video where she meets my beloved pack, Sabo, Uchi, Cheekies, Oh my God, that little bastard Frenchie, Stewie. Now my dog is a trained dog in Conrad. Awesome. Power. Awesome.